Have you ever looked out into the crowd and seen someone crying?
Yeah.
I definitely will never forget it, so I'm just grateful that I get to see your faces.
And how do you keep it together?
It's so hard to. Hi, I'm Gracie Abrams, and this is Billboard News.
I think you will like this. Gracie Abrams.
Hi, I'm Lindsay Havens for Billboard News, and I am sitting with the talented singer-songwriter Gracie Abrams, whose debut album is out today. How's it going?
It's going. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
How are you feeling?
I feel ready for the music to be out. I feel really fulfilled by what the process was making it, and I'm ready for it to belong to other people now.
Where did you go, Amelie, 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 where did you go?
What's your earliest memory realizing that, songwriting was an art form and could be a career?
I just, growing up, always used songwriting as the place that I would process everything, and I think like as a kid, writing songs was so important because I didn't feel necessarily like I always had the vocabulary or interest even in talking to people about the way that I felt. Like I write songs alone, and I didn't need to like ask for help from anyone to do that, and it felt kind of like my own thing, and I really fell in love with that feeling. And I feel like as a result of being so isolated in my songwriting, honestly, like only recently have I started learning to like lean on people and not just the tool of writing. But it's a combination always.
So where do we go now?
Do you remember the first song you ever wrote? Like even if it was a childhood rhyme?
I can't sing it back because I won't put any of you
I won't ask you to.
through that. I wrote a song on the drums. Like that was the first instrument that I learned.
Did you grow up with a lot of instruments around?
I was lucky enough to have a piano in the house. That was like the first instrument that I really learned to write on. I was just always making music in my room. Very much would stop playing every time anyone walked past.
Did I fall out of line when I called you?
Really, social media played a huge role in allowing me to kind of build an audience.
See you every night in my sleep, anticipating every bad dream.
Growing up in the household, was there music playing? What did your parents often have on that you like?
Joni Mitchell was always on, and I have loved her since I was small, but I find like as I grow up, all of her words are more relevant. I feel very inspired by her sound because it is so just her.
Fears and feeling proud to say I love you right out loud.
You sort of like debuted in music 2019. Your debut album is coming 2023. Why does this feel like the right time for you as an artist, as a person, to be putting this out?
Writing this album, I feel very much like an introverted person, but I think when you like turn inward and get really curious and quieter, I found more clarity in practicing that, and the album came from that place.
If I'm gonna learn how to choose you, I need to unlearn what I'm used to.
It was definitely the first time I've ever gone into any creative process, thinking like, okay, we're gonna do something top to bottom, and what do we want the arc of the narrative to be, and how can this serve as like the foundation for my sonic identity as an artist, and what do I really want that to be? And like I think I look back on my music that I've put out, I look back on all of it fondly, but I also like can hear myself struggling to find the right thing.
Yeah.
I feel really proud of Good Riddance.
Now I'm half on my shelf here without you. You're the best in my life and I lost you.
I imagine, once this is out, it's particularly validating to see and hear other people then like resonating or thanking you for speaking to something that they thought they were the only ones feeling.
I think like I love music so much for that reason, because I always feel like the artists and the songs that I fall in love with the most are the ones that I listen to when I'm like, didn't know like this feeling could be articulated in this way, and thank God that I'm not the only person in the world who's ever felt XYZ, and so to ever be that remotely for even one other person would be such a gift.
I do sort of feel like bigger picture in music right now. Phoebe Bridgers is having so much success. Like the 2 albums that Taylor did make with Aaron were so successful, and they are more intimate.
Yeah.
Do you think that that's not necessarily a trend, but just do you feel like it's maybe easier to be vulnerable in music right now?
I definitely don't think it's a trend. I think it's like amazing that there are like women with such significant platforms making it okay for others to be open about their shit.
Met you at the right time. This is what it feels like.
Sticking with Taylor just for a second, because you're opening for her on tour, which is huge.
Thank you.
When you got that news, how did you react?
I like blacked out, I think. I couldn't. I still feel like truly just like it's not real until we're there. To have such an up close front row seat watching her be the expert that she is so many times is like gonna be like going to school.
So we have the Taylor tour and then your own headlining tour, which is huge. How are you preparing, like mentally and physically?
I'm very lucky to feel super at home at these shows just because I feel so close to my audience, like the people that are kind enough to come out and spend their energy and time and like money on tickets to come to these shows. Like it means so much to me, and so I kind of automatically feel just like this overwhelming sense of gratitude. There's something so undeniably good about being able to share space with people that are like down to be emotional.
Why does that feel difficult?
How do you think you're going to celebrate the release of your debut album?
Probably like call Aaron and like I think celebrate with him. He's like my one collaborator in the room the whole time on the project, so
Yeah.
I think he knows all of the context and details, so I'll just probably lean on him and
It's a
maybe
perfect celebration.
cook some pasta.
All right, well, again, congratulations on your debut album,
Thank
Good
you.
Riddance.
Thank
It's beautiful. Can't wait to see what else you and Aaron cook up.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, of course.